I think a lot of Deshi kids experience one common question from a lot of their friends growing up as a first generation kid here in America. And that's the question, are you going to get an arranged marriage? Well, I asked my mom, and she responded, believe it or not, a lot of my friends, the definition of arranged marriage in Bangladesh when they were growing up was just their parents introducing them to a boy or a girl. They talked for a couple months. If they liked them, they'd get married. If they didn't, the parents would try to find another kid. It wasn't like the things that you see in movies or fairy tales. And I asked my mom, were you and dad like that? And she goes, nope, we were the exact opposite, nothing similar. We are the complete minority. This is my mom, Tamina Lina Chaudhry. She is a 28-year-old recent graduate with her master's from Dhaka University. And this is my dad, Abul Kashim Shirajul Haque. And he is currently 40 years old, traveling the world, trying to find citizenship anywhere else that would accept him to avoid and leave behind this war-ridden political unrest country that he was born and raised in. And this is the story of how they met the day of their wedding. This story is not unique. It's something filled with drama and tension worthy of a movie or a Netflix special. However, I do think it is something that should be acknowledged, cherished, and shared. My mom, the second eldest daughter of her family, just graduated with her master's from Dhaka University on the request of her father, who wanted a strong, independent woman who didn't have to rely on a man in terms of family. She was strong, independent, smart, and understood how life worked. However, this put her in a difficult situation. She is now at the old age of 28, seemingly unmarriable due to societal and cultural norms and standards. Along with that, she had two younger brothers who were extremely eager to get married. And what would people say if two younger brothers got married before their eldest sister? What a taboo that could be. Halfway across the globe, my dad is working pink-collar service jobs and hopes to leave a country that he was born and raised in during its war for independence. The clock's ticking for him as well. He's approaching 40 years old. With a big family of 5 other siblings and a widowed mother, they're all expecting marriage for him soon. You may be thinking, these two people have absolutely nothing in common. How could they stay together? What brought them together? And that's where I would tell you there is one common strong thing that I think has kept them together for so many years. And that is the love for their family and the willingness to sacrifice everything to please them. Their number one priority lies for their love for their family. My mom was in a difficult situation. She couldn't find a boy not just worthy of her standards, but her whole entire family's standards as well. And my dad having to make multiple expensive trips back and forth between the US and Bangladesh just for a potential wedding to fall through, tells his family, I can't come back unless everyone is happy and I'm 100% getting married. This is getting too expensive and I'm trying to make it work out there. So then a friend of a friend introduces my mom's family to my dad's, and the decision was made. My mother's family loved my father and what he seemed like to be on paper, and my father's family seemed to love everything about my mother that was on paper. So the decision was made. Tamina Chaudhry will be marrying Shiraj Haque and going to America. Not based on the decisions of the potential couple, but the decision on their families and what they think was best and worthy for the kids. So on April 20th, 1994, it was done. They were married, and it was just as big and extravagant as you think a wedding can be in 1994 in Bangladesh. Every single family was attending, and nothing but food, happiness, and celebration, except a lot of fear and worrisome for the partners. They had no idea what they got themselves into, except the fact that they were finally able to make their families happy. My mom's cousin, I think, says it best to describe this whole entire situation when she told her on the wedding day that this is a story of royalty, a story of kings and queens of olden days. And worst comes to worst, at least you're going to America. So if shit hits the fan, you can always divorce them. A year later, they gave birth to an alright pretty boy, and a couple years after that, they gave birth to what I think is a beautiful princess to the family. And I think the only thing we can say 25 years later is that we cannot appreciate your sacrifices enough. And all we can do is hope and pray that one day we can prove to you that it was all worth it. Happy anniversary.